If you work in operations or finance, you probably know this feeling. You are managing endless spreadsheets, chasing down manual approvals, and copying data from one tool just to paste it into another. You already know these bottlenecks exist. You know exactly which exception-heavy manual processes are draining your team's time. To automate your workflows, you receive vague, generic advice that doesn't apply to your specific tools or team. This diagram shows what we call the automation chasm. On the left, you have a chaotic cluster of manual tasks. On the right, you have a clean, linear, automated sequence. But right in the middle is a massive gap. When you try to bridge that distance with a generic prompt, it plummets into the gap, because a basic AI doesn't have the deep business context required to map your actual workflow. Staring at your operational bottlenecks won't resolve them. To move forward, you need a structured method to translate that operational chaos into a concrete execution plan. That is why we built the AI Automation Opportunity Scanner. It serves as the structural bridge to safely cross that chasm. To be clear up front, this is not a magic wand. It is not designed to generate hype or instantly solve problems for teams looking for a zero-effort fix. Instead, it functions as a rigorous discovery tool. It forces teams to look closely at their actual operations and document how the work gets done today. To succeed, the system relies strictly on hard operational evidence. Vague descriptions will not work. The scanner needs real inputs to evaluate your processes. In exchange, it won't give you a scattered list of theoretical ideas. It produces a ranked implementation plan detailing exactly what you should tackle first. You are trading instant gratification for high fidelity. By doing the work up front, you ensure the resulting automation roadmap is grounded in the reality of your business. Let's look at the fundamental difference in how context is gathered between standard AI tools and the scanner. This matrix compares the discovery methods of a standard AI chatbot on the left with the automation scanner on the right. Standard AI relies on text prompts. The scanner requires you to upload actual events, your screenshots, process exports, and internal notes. By feeding it real documents, the scanner rebuilds your actual process. It adapts to your unique edge cases rather than assuming a perfect theoretical baseline. The trade-off here is straightforward. You must do your homework. Giving the scanner a vague summary of your operations will not yield a viable roadmap. Committing to this upfront evidence gathering is the only reliable way to eliminate costly guesswork from your automation planning. Every company has hidden steps, those strange exceptions or pieces of tribal knowledge that live exclusively in one employee's head. When the scanner analyzes the evidence you upload, it actively looks for those missing details. It detects when Step 3 doesn't logically connect to Step 4. To close those gaps, the system generates adaptive follow-up questions. It asks you directly about those unrecorded steps, so nothing is left out. This means you have to actively participate. Answering these follow-up questions extends the time it takes to get your final report. But identifying those unrecorded exceptions during discovery prevents catastrophic workflow failures when you actually implement the automation later. Once you map everything out, you usually face a new problem, having a dozen potential automation ideas and zero consensus on what to tackle first. The scanner solves this by running all your gathered data through its opportunity scoring engine. It evaluates your estimates for time, people involved, and business impact. This chart plots the results, showing the estimated effort required on the x-axis against the calculated business impact on the y-axis. By organizing the ideas visually, it immediately isolates your quick wins, low-effort, high-impact tasks, from the deeper, more strategic projects. Notice that the estimates are deliberately conservative. The system avoids exaggerating savings or promising total frictionless automation. Providing a realistic, phased roadmap builds the internal trust you need to proceed, whereas overpromising and underdelivering destroys long-term adoption. Once your team selects a high-priority opportunity from the ranked report, you need to know what happens next. The scanner generates a final output, a detailed implementation brief that serves as your concrete delivery plan. This brief outlines your current process, maps out the future automated workflow, and details required integrations, necessary approvals, known exceptions, and success measures. Your team transitions from debate and confusion to focused execution, equipped with a clear, actionable blueprint for the project. But possessing a strict blueprint shifts the burden entirely to execution. You now have a plan, which means you have to commit the developer time to build it. A perfect discovery brief is completely useless without the organizational commitment and resources to actually do the work. Let's use an evaluation framework to determine if your specific team should adopt this scanner. This decision tree starts with one question. Do you deal with repetitive, exception-heavy processes? If no, stop here. If yes, are you willing to upload your messy workflows? If no, stop. If yes, choose your path, a high-level roadmap or a granular developer brief. The absolute law of this process is garbage in, garbage out. The scanner cannot help teams refusing to provide accurate, honest operational data. If you are an overwhelmed operator buried in manual handoffs, this tool acts as an external analyst, reviewing your files to identify exactly where your quick wins are hiding. For the cautious optimizer trying to get buy-in, the scanner provides the conservative estimates and evidence-based reports that leadership requires for provable ROI. For the tech implementer tasked with building the solution, the brief delivers the exact edge case documentation needed before writing a single line of code. But if your team is looking for a magical, zero-effort fix to a broken business model without doing any discovery work, avoid this tool. What this scanner actually does is force clarity. It transforms an operational mess into prioritized, executable projects. Real automation success requires trading the cheap hype of instant answers for the demanding rigor of structured discovery. If you are ready to do the work, this is where you start.